look, a week has passed. Not for us, though. Welcome back to 24 to Hit. Here we are on the eve of Elanna's treason trial for war crimes against the people of Elanna. This will also be 24 to Hit's last episode for 2022.
Oh no.
We're going to take a Christmas break. I have a baby I've got to look after. I've also got things I need to print and paint and
Still
stuff.
have to move house.
You guys have to move house. Oh, and
Expansions for the new year.
we want Dan back.
I've got anime to watch apparently.
And we want Jami and Miranda back.
Yes.
Big upgrades for the new year.
Yeah, we're getting in there. And hopefully, as well, we might have a new little sneaky online game coming with a few characters and people here. So that one will be a bit more not as scheduled, but it will still be classic shenanigans, especially with these assholes.
And the online one, we just get drunk and go nuts.
Yeah, that's so different from what we do anyway. We don't get drunk on straight
Like
time. We don't.
tequila trashed.
Jeez, I've got to form words and world in my head. That's where I bring Tiamat down and go, Tiamat time! I'll do that.
I already have the perfect character, and I don't even need to remember the words
Okay.
because it's just workplace health and safety policy.
Oh, good lord.
And she knows them by heart.
All right. Well, when we left off, you all had a wonderful couple of days at Black Moss Keep, reuniting with friends and family and all kinds. So Elanna got a message in her head from her family to come to dinner. Wasn't a request. It was being told. They teleported you back to your own childhood home, to whence you were promptly arrested by the Violet Guard under the pretense of high treason and war crimes, because Maggie couldn't keep shutting up about war crimes and just put that idea in my head for God knows how many games.
You're welcome.
I love it. You make my job so easy. Unbeknownst to the guards, Deadeye, being the sneaky bastard he is, blended in and became a guard and has been infiltrating their barracks, looking for clues and notes and why this trial is going ahead. Unfortunately, he is transfixed on these drawers and he cannot open because they are magic. But that's fair. He might get there. He may not. We'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
It's just a 30-episode arc of me trying to open a drawer.
And then they open it and it's just empty.
Just empty.
Just beans.
Well,
Sensory bean.
Yeah.
he is skulking around being Batman. The rest of you are being detained and held in cells ready for the trial tomorrow at midday. Elanna more detained than everyone else. And we are just left off with Deadeye making his way down, pretending to change shifts for the guards watching you, and is now planning what could be a great escape. It could be a fail. We'll find out.
Also note too,
Yeah.
remind you that Elanna has just realised she has telepathy.
Again, she can just speak people's
Yeah.
heads because it's a lot.
Look, to be honest, I have so many spells and skills and ability checks and additional ability checks and bonuses and infusions and it
the
slipped my mind,
multi-tool.
ironically. And the multi-tool, where I have to remember every single cantrip in the game.
God creator.
You made this character. You live with it.
Don't make me be accountable for my actions.
Just remember, you could be a
the
dungeon
whole arc.
master and have to try to memorize everything. I forget things. And I'm sorry, first game I didn't know how fairy fire worked. I'm sorry, don't shoot me. Fuck it. Anyway, we can swear now, we're good. Fuck. Okay. So, leaving off, you two are in the bowels of the Violet Citadel, the home for all the Violet Guard in Myrtle. What are you two doing?
So Elanna can be communicating anything to the team or in general, but I think I've given her all the information. The people they don't want to speak to, the case they've got against her that we can give to a lawyer, so we at least know what we're prepared for. But I'm asking her, which she then can communicate to the group if we want to try and break out. But there is a lot of guards here, or I do think there's the key in persecute. I do think there could be something in the persecuting officer's office.
Okay.
That could get us out.
So, Kyle,
Yes.
what state is my cell room in? Is it like a dungeon with rocks and hay and crap everywhere?
Yeah, think of it as 3 walls are stone. In the 4th wall, where you're in and out, it's just steel bars. You're
Is
the
there a
only
cot?
person on this level. Your friends are somewhere else, being kept separate from you.
Okay, is there like a cot or anything that they would have given me to
Nope,
sleep
you
on?
are on the fucking floor.
Like a blanket?
Is there a whole bunch of stuff outside? Because I'm outside.
You're in a hallway, various cells on either side. You do see some other scrupulous individuals being held in other cells for other crimes you have no idea of. You haven't found the rest of your friends yet. They are not on this level. This is more for people being, arrested. The detainees are up. You guys are in a sort of cells. All 4 of your walls are bars. You're in there. There's a few less guards in here. You've been given a blanket and something to sleep on. You guys are just being detained and not allowed to communicate with each other before the trial.
How many levels is this?
This is a fairly big keep. Say from where he was at the top to where you guys, it's about 7 levels. It used to be an old school, like Bastille type keep, just cells and this and that. But now in the modern age has been retrofitted with officers, investigation bureaus, and proper cells to house people.
Thought, you fat ass cat. Sorry.
Does Elanna doesn't have a blanket even?
No, nothing. She's thrown in there with barely anything. Probably a bucket in the corner to piss in.
But I've got the clothes on my back, right?
Yeah, you have. You've been given standard issue.
Alright, I'll turn to Deadeye and say, hey, do you still have that disguise kit?
Yeah, always.
Wait. I'm just gonna start taking my clothes off
I was like, what the?
and just pile together.
Deadeye, roll for shame.
Bloody nose.
Just,
and start gathering some of those items around and pile them up so that in like the corner of the back corner of the room.
I'll get a game romance happening.
Yeah, can I just
I don't want to date the character of my actual boyfriend.
That's easy. You just.
Yeah, but that's like what couples do sometimes.
She wants to date an NPC. Like normal people.
Yeah, I have to role play all the scenes.
yeah, you can just make Carl do that. Can I? With anyone else on that? So was there other people on this level?
No other guards.
You said someone was right.
Yeah, you see a few other prisoners, like battered and beaten. These guys have been here a while. These are holding cells for people being held here for a while.
I assume because it's like late at night that a lot of them are asleep.
Yeah. A lot of them are asleep. There's one guy muttering to himself. The smell down here is horrible.
All right.
You also haven't been to bed yet.
Yeah, I'd have food on me. Can I go up to the one that looks the least crazy and just quickly ask him if I can have his blanket in exchange for some food?
You see one guy, it's like this old man, his hair's in clumps. He's got an old rotten blanket around himself, and he looks up and he's like, Who did we lose? Did we lose someone?
Yeah.
You.
I just heard the
but
noise.
I'm having troubles. with the
No,
internet,
you
so-
fix it up. You're all good. Yeah, he looks up and he's like, Why do you give me food? You one of my only possession? The thing keeping me warm?
Do you want the food or not? The simple trade deal.
You can't. Yak, it's all good.
Yeah, I'll give him food.
Takes it and he's in the corner, just like eyeing you.
Yeah, fair enough. Worth a try. Doesn't matter.
He dropped the blanket. It's on the ground in front of you.
Yeah, I'll grab the blanket.
Yep.
While
So-
he's been doing this, I've been piling up the random things in the room I could find to kind of look like the shape of someone lying down in the corner of the room, like the
Okay.
back of myself.
Make a performance check.
And that's why I was getting at the blanket so she could try and put it in so it's not obvious.
Yeah, well, I'll bring it down if you guys are putting a blanket over. I'll bring the DC
I'm
down.
putting a blanket on it, and we're also putting my clothes on it.
So you're butt fucking naked right now.
Yep.
And I feeling quite awkward about it.
I'm oddly casual about it.
Deadeye, you're noticing certain places shouldn't be.
Hey, she at least washes her butt crack, dude.
No, I'm talking like right in the like where your clothes are, like in the back and like
Oh.
back here. Like, come on, man, like you know
Sounds
she
like she's
barely
nasty.
washes. She doesn't give a shit. She smells like piss. It's all good.
Yeah, fair point. Okay, so performance check? Oh,
Yes.
My performance is not... Do I get advantage or anything on that, or is it just
No,
lower?
it's just, I lowered the DC.
And do you use your disguise kit on it too, Jacob?
We'd have to like. Okay.
Do I have to roll
I'm
it?
saying, just do that because we're gonna have to unlock the gate too.
Can you use a disguise kit if you're currently using it? You can only use one, right?
Not really.
No, you'd have to.
Oh,
take
okay,
that
all
off.
good. I got a 16, but I can push that up to a 21 if I need.
Yeah, if you go 21 with your surge of brilliance, yeah, it literally looks like
Alright, 21.
like a person under a blanket
Mm-hmm.
sitting in a corner. Yep.
Perfect.
And then I'll ask her because we already established at the end of last episode that the locks look pretty flimsy. But I'm like, do you reckon you can help me get this drawer open?
Yeah, let's do it.
He wants
Alrighty.
his drawers.
So she's walking around naked.
Yep. But she
No,
can,
no,
I
not
reckon
yet,
she
not
can go
yet.
invisible.
Oh.
I think that's what's about to happen here, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we better unlock the gate first.
Alright.
Can
Sleight
I?
of hand.
Can I? Can I? Yeah. Well, can Elanna assist me because she might not be able to do it, but she can cheer me on and tell me how to do it because she's also.
Yeah, go for it.
Proficient lockpicking.
Yeah,
I am
do
actually
that.
proficient in those tools as well, so...
Yep, go for it. Advantage.
Is it sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Or is it like proficiency modifier and blah blah blah?
It's your dexterity plus your proficiency modifier for thieves' tools.
Oh, it literally ends up being the same thing. 24.
Hey.
Dude, like you put your thieves' tools in and you're feeling around and you're like, really? You pull it out, you pull out a knife and put it in and turn it, and the door just swings open. You're like,
It's like a screwdriver, like
yeah.
I'm going to be like, look, this is budget cuts. This is budget cuts, is all I'm saying.
Radio, Tommy. What do you want to do? It's like, this is making me uncomfortable.
Oh, right. I'm going to shoot out a quick little telepathy to the other two guys. Just be like, look, play it cool. We'll be back in a sec.
Back from where?
You just
What
get
do you do?
What are you?
I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to incriminate you as well. It's for your own good. And then I'm going to cast a 3rd level invisibility on me and Deadeye. Deadeye and myself.
You can cast them both. Yep. Sure thing. You just both go and disappear. All right. What are you doing?
So like I've still got all the incriminating stuff. And
I am
everything
gonna hold
taped
you.
up.
It's not in like a lame way, but I am gonna hold your hand a bit so I can I know where you are because we are both invisible.
Yeah, you grab him by
okay,
with a hand and you cast it, and you're like, hold on.
And she can telepathically speak to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. This is weirdly good for stealth.
Because I can reply to her, can't I?
Yep.
So if we can establish that.
I'm making it canon that like while you guys were sleeping one night, she covertly injected some form of like arcane device into your fucking scalp, so she could like Bluetooth communicate with her. You're a fucking Artificer. You've just done it without everyone's consent. That's
yeah,
an
just
alarm.
a little chip at the back of the neck.
Yes.
It's put into someone to swallow food or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So I've already been through this place. I'm gonna try and lead her up and tell her and communicate, what's coming, left here, right here, so on and so
easy
forth.
enough.
And we're gonna sneak back to that room.
Yep. Sure enough, late at night now. This floor is barely staffed. The head investigator, he is left and gone home, ready for his big day of trial tomorrow. The door is shut though.
Would I still recognise the same traps that I had earlier in the day? Has anything changed?
Not that you can tell, no.
Can I
do you notice
do
it?
a investigation check on the door?
Yep, go for it.
Oh, I love having +9. 23.
23. The door is now locked, and shut. The same magical wards, the alarm spell is set upon the door.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can actually? If I cast Identify, would that specify what sort of arcane lock is on there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sweet. I get a free one. I get a free one anyway, so I cast Identify. But
you will come out of invisibility for casting.
If you can't cast.
Fuck.
Yes.
Okay, I won't do that just yet then.
The other room that I popped in, is the door open for that one? Where I went in the window?
I'd say that you can see a few windows are open on this floor. Because you guys are still invisible. You don't need to go to another room. You could just go out a window here.
Can I try and go the window route back in through the window that I went in back?
Sure enough, make an acrobatics check as you climb out the window without being heard or.
27.
Fucking spy the man out and go across, and sure enough, you jimmy the other window open and climb back into the office.
Do I need to do a check too?
Are you following him?
I don't know. Am I?
It's up to you.
Jacob, am I following?
Would I be able to get in the room doing that?
You are in the office, yes.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait for now.
Okay.
No.
No, you want me to follow?
Am I able to assist her?
Yes. I will allow your role to influence.
I have a grappling hook
so
as well.
If you're climbing, you need to make an acrobatics check as well, Maggie. As you're now scaling the side of a building at night, butt naked.
Invisible. But I have a grappling hook or a chain, etc. So she's just there's just an invisible chain.
Slap into a window, and just some poor cleaners just seeing this naked elf just slap onto a window.
14.
14 with yours, yeah. So it takes you a bit longer to shimmy along, but Deadeye's got you. And he's
I nearly went on 2.
You're like slipping a bit. You're like,
Bit of chafing against that brick wall.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be like, my ass.
My ass is just the skin being torn off your ass.
Oh god, I hope nobody in the house overhears my bloody dialogue tonight.
That's fine. Right, so you're both into this head investigator's office.
And then I'll be like, there's the drawer. The goddamn draw. I don't know. I don't know how to do any magic.
Can I do an Arcana check on it?
Yes, you may.
20.
20. Yep, sure enough, a very simple arcane
Sorry,
lock.
I was really excited about that.
Very simple arcane lock. You can easily disarm it with, like, maybe a few things you can MacGyver around the room. But the real problem is, once you disarm it, that arcane aura is dissipated. And there's no way for you to put it back on. So if you unlock that drawer, someone knows you have unlocked that drawer.
But it would not be you. It would be that someone has.
Yes.
How would they know if I go back into my cell?
True.
Okay.
With that, I just want to make a quick thing. Hey, Elanna,
Yeah.
roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Good. My wisdom is not high. My wisdom is not high. 3.
Good to know. Continue.
Hey, I hate you, Kyle.
Are we opening it?
Do I get any advantages for wisdom saving throws because I'm an elf?
No, you've got advantage against being charmed and sleep and all that stuff.
Okay, but that could be relevant.
No.
Okay, maybe not. I'll go fuck myself.
Well, you are sitting in this room naked, so.
Are we opening it?
No,
Are we opening it?
I'm just trying to see if there's any way I can.
And see if you can tell me how to do it while doing it. So I don't know if she casts a spell or attacks something. Okay, that she goes uninvisible. She can
Yes.
still unlock.
Cast spell or attacks. Like,
I'm so
performs an
mad
act-
because
a full attack action or a spell action.
I'm so mad because I actually have Arcane Lock as a spell, but I just don't have it on me at the moment. I didn't think I'd need it. Oh, why is my mouse not working? Sorry, my computer's just shit itself.
All good.
Oh, there we go. It's fixed itself. Sorry.
We're after incriminating evidence. I'd say we're opening it anyway. Like if there is
Sorry, let's
incriminating
just open
evidence
it.
in there, it
That's
doesn't matter if they know it's open if we've got what's inside.
Yeah, let's just do it.
All right. With your Arcana
We're
check,
back.
you find you take the thieves' tools off Deadeye and definitely magically disarm this arcane lock. You feel the puff of arcane energy as it leaps, and the drawer is now being able to be opened. So let me guess, you open the drawer.
Yeah. Is it trapped?
Is it empty?
You've done your check. It is entirely no. There's actually some documents in here.
He can't like that. I'm good.
There's absolutely nothing in this drawer. No.
Oh, I thought you were serious. I was like, I'm gonna go die.
No.
It would be funny. I would just
persistence. You find dossiers on scrying spells being cast on Barry and the Hoots.
Mm-hmm.
Reports on your comings and goings of different areas. Reports on conversations you've had with people, such as Gerard. Funnily enough, one conversation you noticed was held inside the Pleasure Palace, and they have records of that.
They
get inside the Pleasure
Now
Palace?
wait, Carnival is its own jurisdiction, right? It's like its own sovereignty.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's political espionage.
this is
How do they get inside the Pleasure Palace? So that's
Next level.
That's like Gerard's personal realm. Like that's
You have
And
reports and corroborating evidence for assassinations being sent on you from the Kiltier Empire.
Maybe there was a bug on us.
Um,
I haven't detected it.
Notes on you not turning over the orb, but the orb's whereabouts within the Pleasure Palace. The first shot. Notes of you, funnily enough, killing Archmage Namora in his beholder form.
What happened? This is very
No.
in depth.
And then finally, make a religion check, you two.
Sure thing.
I'm assuming, do you want each of us to roll, or
Yeah,
should
each
one
of
of
you
us?
to roll.
Nat 20, bitches.
For a total of
25.
25. Excellent.
I could push it up to 30 if you want.
It's all good. And what did you get?
Religion, I got a 8.
It doesn't matter because you're looking through these files, like Elanna, thinking, what the hell? Oh, like you didn't cast a spell, so you are still invisible. Thinking, how do they get this information? Like this, these are private conversations. These were events where only us and the thing we were killing were in the room. Like the guy at Narrington, like the guy in Narrington and his flesh woman, like Archmage Namora, stuff like that. Until you notice on the front of this document a symbol that you have seen before. And Deadeye, you where have I seen that? And you look on the back of your hand, and you see 3 triangles laid out.
The Triforce.
Stamped on the front of these documents,
I just completely
which
ignored
is
it.
now emblazoned on the back of your hand.
Yes. All right.
Wait,
Wait,
like it
I-
just
I-
showed up on his hand?
No, he
Right.
made a deal, and it got put onto his
ADI.
hand.
ADIs.
Oh,
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus or whatever.
As a Deus.
I can't say that because then I just think of Dr. Zaius.
Doctor says, Doctor says.
How has it? It's
Hmm.
Do you
So
have,
not only political espionage, but conspiring with a enemy of the state and the realm.
Don't give
Can
him
my next
more
character
ideas.
just be an FBI agent?
Probably. Well, I think that'd be nothing. Like, even in general, is scrying on a member of an important family even legal in Elantra? Even on
It's a
that?
breach of trust. And, speaking of which,
Is your
you
family
start to
important?
hear rushing
Incredibly important.
and keys being used at the door because it's
All right.
you. You've got alert.
Let's bounce back. Let's bounce back the way we came, Elanna.
The door swings open.
Yep.
And standing there is the head investigator, and he's looking about the room. Where are you? And he starts walking around. I know you're in here. We have ways to keep an eye on you, Elanna. What are you guys doing? You're still invisible.
Jacob, I can Misty Step if you can run.
I can run, but Alana, I think it's better for Alana to be somewhat. Can I quickly, boots of speed, try and hide? Like, just hide while I'm invisible, so if I become uninvisible, I'm still hidden.
Yeah, sure enough.
Natural 20 for
you're-
a total of
You're bloody
10,000.
invisible. You're a total of 1,000.
I'm pretty sure it's plus 13, so that's a 33.
And you are silent while you do this, by the way.
So I remember, because they were going over evidence and doing in there, do they have it? There was, from what I remember, there was some of Elanna's devices in this thing, yes?
In this place?
Yeah, in his office.
Yes.
Because they were looking at it. Don't know how to do it, but the prejudicitation.
Yeah.
I want to make a smell come in there that I would hope would make him think that one of those devices has been set off.
Sulfur.
Just the smell? Yeah, just
Make
the
it
smell.
smell
Of,
like
just the smell of sulfur. I'm not setting anything off, but I want him to
What's
shit
it
himself and
done?
book it.
And he covers his mouth as he pulls out his long. It's a rapier.
Yeah.
Well, he pulls a handkerchief up around his mouth, and then he starts through the air. I know you are hiding in here.
Telepathically, would like I'd say, oh, so he's still going.
Yeah.
Should we try and sneak out behind him?
You're out. Elanna, you're standing there by the desk with the drawer open, with this guy just slashing randomly around the room trying to look for you.
Taking this stuff. Well, she's invisible too, so just try and get out of there, Elanna.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to head towards the window.
Because we can talk. You can go through the door. You open the door.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, okay. All right. I'm just going to try and
Make
stuff out.
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw. As you try to duck past this guy who's slashing randomly and wildly around the room.
18.
18?
Yep.
Easy enough as you just duck under him as he's... You can't hide, you can't run.
But
You
I
still
can
have your
flash
friends.
genius.
We will find you. Wherever you go. Are you out of the room now?
Yeah, we're out of the room. Telepathically, I'd say to Elanna, like, is your family important enough to bring this in front of the entire Elantran government and get him in a whole bunch of trouble? Go to your trial.
Yeah, we'll go to trial, but as we're fucking hauling ass back, I'm gonna telepathically be back and say, yes, they are incredibly important, as is the Mages Guild that they're part of, but it's the king and nobody can talk out against the king unless you... Can we have a Landsmeet episode?
We can do whatever you like, man.
Oh, what?
You know, in Dragon Age Origins, when you go to Denerim, you have to convince everyone to go against an Aurora as queen. You Landsmeet, you've got to convince all the noblemen against the corrupt king.
Yes, I know what you mean.
You can definitely try. You are a noble person. You have sway. But yeah, so what, are you heading back to your cell?
Yeah, hauling ass.
Calling us, all right.
I'm going to say to him that we could technically, but it would require a bit of work, as the king's the main problem right now.
Do that. Is there any way to contact Gerard as well? Because it's bringing
Unless
a whole bunch of
either
things.
you two have sending, I think the only person in your group that can cast it is Molazar. And he is currently, who knows what those two are doing.
The only thing you've got too is my magic paper that I use to send people.
That could take a while to fly all the way to
Yeah, I know.
Carnival and back.
Yeah.
Well, are you able to? Would you be able to summon everyone to your every noble person in there to your trial as part of your thing? Because you'd be able to gather noble audiences. I'm assuming a lot of important people would be there to watch.
Yeah, but I don't have the best reputation.
Yeah, we've got documents though.
Well,
In the documents, did they spy on any of the other noble families?
no, it was specifically your group.
Fuck, okay.
I thought it was assassinations with the Coultier and
Yeah, that was against
Carnival
you.
and everything
Yeah,
like that as
sending
well.
people against you.
But the Coultier wouldn't like to know that they're being spied on as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
All right. So quickly make a athletics check, you two. Well, not you, Deadeye, because you're fucking boots of speed. But you, Elanna, as you are just booking ass back to your cell, invisible.
Oh, I nearly got a nat 20. 15?
Yeah. Yeah, sure enough, you get back in your cell, close the door. What are you doing?
I've taken the documents, by the way. I'm still just with
Yep, you've
the
got
shadow.
Yep.
I will telepathically say to you, I'm like, I'm gonna take invisibility off. Is that cool? Something I say.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Do you know if there's any embassies in town? Or
There's
kind of-
embassies all over the place, mate.
Yeah, I would
Well,
say keep the documents. Like, don't let them. Like, don't. I don't have the documents.
Yeah. So I'll keep the documents, and I'm gonna try and book it, get out, and go to the embassy for Carnival.
Excellent. All right. So you're in your
And
cell.
I'm gonna.
And I'll see your trial tomorrow.
I'm gonna mess up the clothes and shit a bit and uninvisibility and put the manacles back on and just sit there butt naked because I think
Alright.
it's funny.
About 5 minutes go by, and you hear just running, like the sound of like feet, footfalls of various other people, as about 6 guards and the head investigator reach the entrance to your cell and look in, and he's looking straight at you. He's like, interesting. Did you like your walkabout there, young miss?
I've been here the whole time. Look, manacles haven't even come off.
Who was on guard here? Like, it was young Caleb P. He was meant to be here. So find him, arrest him on lax of duties. She left this cell. I'll find out how. You all, triple shifts. Make sure she does not leave here. She is a trial.
I'm gonna send a telepathic message back. Telepathic message to the other two who have awkwardly been waiting this whole time. Be like, we're all good, by the way. We're back in the cell. Deadeye's on it.
So what are you on about? I have no idea what's happening here.
We found some evidence. We're working on it. It's a process.
Yeah. We'll have to expedite this so Yagnar and Guy can actually do something. We should probably expedite that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be filling them in and be like, this is what we found. They're spying on us. Everything. It's that Asmodeus guy. He's like funding it magically.
What your side of the plan would be to try and summon and demand as many noble people in the area and the court attend.
Yeah.
Again, like that's the only real plan I have. My plan is I want to go to try and run to the embassy for Carnival and get in contact with Gerard at very least, and maybe even Coltier. Just see if I could.
Yeah, go to the embassy. To the embassy.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd just say for expediency's sake, you get there, you meet up with some other colourful individuals that run this embassy, and they manage to magically get in contact with Gerard.
Yeah, maybe through his little chick that got us originally.
She would be
Midnight?
Carnival.
Yeah.
Oh, Starlight.
Starlight, yeah.
Oh, Starlight.
Yeah.
Starlight, the lady at the night, darling. No, sure enough, and you get a message in your head going, it's been 4 days. What? Can me and Molazar, have some time to work on our shit? Like, what's going on?
So I'll say we've been being spied on from the beginning. We believe the king and higher ranking officials, have been conspiring with you know who, and they have also had rooms and things inside your own pleasure palace, inside the Carnival itself, even inside the Coltier Empire. Any and all representatives should come and, I object to this. I object the trial.
I reckon I could leave Molazar here for a while, doing it on his own. Just to Yeah, like that. Yeah, all good. All right, yes.
Or at very least Starlight. I don't know.
Oh, I
Should
can
we
send
should
her.
we should we contact Coltier, seeing they've been spied on as well?
He casts sending again. Uh, that I wouldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. The
We don't need
you-
to trust them.
Kaltiran Empire is full of spies itself. It prides itself on its espionage. I'd be wary, but it's up to you. You
I would
think-
reach out to them because if they pride themselves on espionage, then they're weak because they were spied on. You don't have to.
I will leave that up to the decision of Gerard, but I want to bring as many people in here that I've got information other than them. I'll spend the night kind of letting them know that it's time to come to the trial because they've been dodged out.
Who are you wanting to grab? Exactly.
So if we got Gerard, anyone from the Thing of the Mask, I'm kind of count pretty much anyone from out of state, or
Is there
Yeah. I think I'll just stick with the Carnival Embassy and with the any nobles Elanna can get because I kind of want to do it over the whole breach of law and that.
Hey
Okay,
Kyle,
so-
Yeah.
'cause I don't want to
the
get caught.
the god of this place is Lathander, right? Or
Yes.
Lathander, whatever it is,
Lathander.
which is like the
The only
opposite
one.
of a
Well, I
hell
know
demon.
The pretty much direct mirror opposite to Asmodeus. Yeah.
So we should reach out to the clerics as well.
Would I know that, or would Gerard tell me that?
Gerard's not too religious.
But he knows about the city.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yeah,
regular.
You definitely maybe suggest getting onto some clerics.
All right, so yeah,
Like a high-ranking cleric,
Mm.
because then
So-
their king
so-
could have been corrupted by.
yeah. So Embassy, Gerard, Carnival, and yes, like clerics, monastery, anything like that. That's the two main people that I'm reaching out to, and giving the clerics. I won't give the full information, but I will give the information. Say that come to the trial. There is a very large possibility your king has been conspiring with Asmodeus. All will be revealed tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, they reach out again. Say you're using the resources of Carnival. They reach out saying one of their priests will already be there to question the dead.
Yeah.
We're
All right. And we're in a zone of truth. So apparently,
Yeah.
we're on. That's my whole little hijinks plan. That's that.
What about Guy and Yagnar? Have they just been vibing in their cells?
Yeah, they're just chilling there.
I'm so good now.
Guys made more rat friends.
Yagnar's just like napping on
No,
Yeah,
Barry.
just napping. That's it.
All right.
You're like, man, you're comfortable.
The next day comes. You four
Oh shit.
are given mediocre breakfast. Lana, you are not fed.
Pussies.
Mm.
So I openly say to them.
You are then dressed and ushered up towards the court. Same with the rest of you are collected. You brought into this beautiful big court viewing area. One big seat sitting up on a raised platform. Two benches ready for each side to present their case. Alana, you were set down at one bench, and at the other, Lord Gordon Salworth sits with just piles and piles of notes and your weapons and your devices and everything. You guys sit on a pew behind her, ready to be called up to be questioned. People are filing into the room, different people that will be called up to be questioned. You see a few noble people. Starlight, again, from Carnival, has made an appearance, sitting in the corner. She's just waving to you all. And your cleric is sitting there with a small box, just waiting. Deadeye, what are you doing?
I was waiting for the trial to begin, hopefully coming in with, doing a whole barge in. Be like, I have the papers.
So you're
Sorry,
gonna
I
wait
was
for
on
that.
I was on mute, but as soon as she had the boxing, I was like, "It's my dick in a box."
In a box, babe. No.
Because and as many noble people as possible there. I'm assuming it would be a high profile trial.
Yeah, there's people whispering. There's your parents up in the corner, like sitting there worried. A few other noble
I'm
houses.
gonna shoot them a kind of subtle, dirty look and be like,
A bailiff walks in. He's like, everyone rise. The great King Henry Elanna will now preside over this trial. And the back doors swing open and in walks this very well-dressed, not very tall, but he tries to carry himself tall. White hair, big mutton chops down to the bottom of his chin. A crown sit proudly on his head. One of those big ruffled capes flowing behind him as he walks in. Looks at everyone with this big shit-eating grin on his face. And proceeds to sit down on his throne. He's like, "You may all sit. I am here to officiate the trial of Elanna Asteria Varol Mythovaran. Mythovaran, I know that name. I guess it's the two elven individuals. You, and he points to you, Elanna, and says, you are being brought before me on crimes of treason and weapons of mass destruction, I believe. How plead you in the beginning?
mistrial. I was arrested under war crimes. That is a different charge than weapons of mass destruction.
Semantics. I have reason to believe, Lord Gordon, your flaw. Yes, my liege. Elanna here has been proven to have made weapons capable of killing people without remorse and in the most heinous way possible. Imagine drowning while on land. She has also laced bullets with narcotics, causing great bodily harm and mental strain on the individuals she fires it upon. She has also caused a tear in the fabric of reality and sent individuals to the astral plane with no way to get back, with no way to feed or clothe or keep themselves warm. It is my job today to prove that this woman is an absolute menace to our Elantran society, that her devices are being designed to thwart our king and our way of life, and bring ruin to all. If we do not regulate this type of magic, this type of technology, then we will have another pitch war on our hands. This time, poisonous gas rolling over the city of Miranda. Your lawyer stands up and goes, my liege, Lady Elanna is just experimenting with her right to create different devices to rid the lands of certain individuals that would do their people harm. I have her friends and witnesses here that would corroborate on her heroic deeds. She has brought peace to the Scarred Vale. They have saved the people of Narrington from a 50-year-old curse. She has thwarted the Willowfire Wanderers that have plagued the land, and the king's just like, yes. I've heard the stories of this Behoot and Co. One of these adventurer groups that are going around doing good, but that still doesn't negate the fact she has created weapons that could, what was it, cause a man to drown on land in his own juices.
I feel like this is really a lot of karma for me, Kyle.
I just get to have fun. But a trial is a trial. You may bring up your first witness for good. Say, indeed. The first witnesses we have are from her earliest encounters with her misdeeds. I bring up Dareth and Jaggar. They are remnant soldiers, but are here to help us get to the bottom of this. Bring them in, and then you see two individuals be brought in chains and manacles. A hobgoblin, very, very gaunt and skinny now, like he hasn't been fed in a very long time. And a goblin that can barely walk and is being dragged along beside this hobgoblin. They bring them in, they sit them up on the pews, and say, could you please state for the court your names? And this hobgoblin leans forward. Dareth, and that is Jaggar, and you just hear from the goblin. Say, do you know this woman over here? And he looks at you, Elanna, and just goes like, pale. Yeah? No. What did this woman do to you?
I feel so proud of myself, but I shouldn't.
They ripped a hole, and I got sucked in, and then I was in space for 3 months. I had to live off these flying monkey things that floated through space. They were so hard to catch. Yeah. So,
Fly
and
monkeys,
you know this
fly.
lady did it? Well, we didn't see her coming. We saw them attack. I was holding on to the side of the building. I couldn't hold on for much longer. I got sucked in. Everything went black. I was so hungry for so long. Jaggar lost his mind. Yes. Do you believe that this woman maliciously sent you to another plane of existence with no way to get back? No. It's like, no, we do realize that you are part of the remnant army. But did you do anything to hurt the citizens of Elanna? It's like, no, we took Old Castle and just lived there. He came in and took our home from us. You hear murmurs in the crowd. No further questions, my lord. So, lawyer, wrong. Do you have any questions? He comes up and he starts asking this hobgoblin and this goblin, did you engage in battle with this lot beforehand? You say, yes, we defended ourselves. Say, what was your main objective in the area of the Nelly Vale? Say, to kidnap people? And you hear like a silence go at the
I did not expect us to be cross-examining goblins this episode. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
I've got it all prepared. I said I got a court case here. So you were abducting people.
Everyone else
Yeah.
gets cool battles. I get cool bureaucracy, and I love it.
Why were you abducting people? Slaves to work on our castle? So you were taking slaves? Yeah. Then how's that any better to what she did to you? We at least fed the slaves. So, Your Honor, my liege, my client acted well within her rights to dispose of these individuals. These were working in the Roman army, stealing people from their homes and putting them into indentured servitude. The king leans forward and like, yes, but does it give it her the right to just rip a person from this plane of existence and send them somewhere else? No way to get back. Wouldn't it be more merciful to do is to kill the individual? You could say that, Your Honor, and say, very well.
Wouldn't it be more merciful to kill them than enslave someone for the rest of their lives with no way knowing if they'd ever get out again? Like, they would think they'd have lived a life of servitude, right? That's cruel.
Indeed. But we're here talking about you, Miss Elanna.
That's
Not
right.
these hobgoblins and goblins. We know what they're. What's to say that you could use technology against, say... Oh, God, gotta get a drink, it's fine. I'm cross-examining.
Me and Kyle are having the time of our lives, and everyone else is like a goddamn court case. And we're like, yeah.
Lord Gordon, your next witness. He's like, indeed. I would like to call one Guy Incognito to the stand. Then you are then ushered up and put on the stand. He's like, you're a friend of Miss Elanna's, aren't you? A member of this Barry and the Hoots group?
Yes.
And you have been on many adventures with this group and seen many things, yes.
Wouldn't say many.
Were you there in the woods against the Willowfire Wanderers when Miss Elanna conjured a gas cut out of a device and choked the life out of 10 individuals? I do have to remind you, and he points to a mage in the corner and he casts Zone of Truth. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
That you just were dead silent.
Mhm.
No denial, but just no answer.
What was the guy there?
I don't remember.
18. You save, but they know you've saved. So we'll try to make this easy with you, Mr. Guy. You don't have to answer, but we prefer that you give a truthful one. Were you there when Miss Elanna set off this toxic bomb?
I was a bat.
You hear a few snickers in the back of the... Sir, do not be absurd. This is a court of law, not a playground.
No, I
Just
think
turn into
you
a bat.
got my cloak. I was a bat. What's happening?
Very No further questions, Your Honor? As he goes back and he's...
I'm just gonna like
And
telepathically to
Brendan
you,
Roll
just be
comes
like,
up.
fuck yeah.
He's like, you have been with Elanna for some time now. We've seen the good deeds she's done. Have her devices been used for the betterment of society?
Good devices, better society. Yeah. Yep. That sounds right.
Yes, and she's only used them on people that have malicious intent on other people, yeah? No innocent people, no.
Some people, malicious intent. Yep, that sounds right.
Good. And you would vouch for Lady Elanna to continue making these devices to serve the betterment of the realm?
Oh yeah, she's good. I like to watch her fix the things because I can't fix the things. So it makes me feel nice.
There you have it, folks. Elanna only using these devices to take out people causing harm to others. Mr. Guy, you can leave the stand now.
Thanks.
And the king is just watching you. So
I also sit on the floor in front of my chair.
the king looks up and is like, well, I do acknowledge that these devices can be used for the betterment and the removal of unscrupulous people, but what if these devices got the wrong hand? What if they were used on me? We can't have that. Lord,
I would be like, actually they're attuned, so I can use them.
Miss, if you talk out of turn once more, I will have you muted. Thank you.
How many times have you wanted to say that to me in real life, Kyle?
A few. Lord Gordon calls his neck witness. He fucking stands up and he's all confident. He's like, well, going on from that, I call Francis Coleman to the stand. The cleric stands up with this box and walks over to the stand, opens the box and places a skull on the stand. Lord Gordon's like, proceed. And you see the cleric's eyes roll back in his head as the divine magic flows over this skull, as lights light up in the eye sockets and the mouth opens as if to take a breath. And he's like, state your name for the court, and you hear a ghostly voice come from this skull. Frankie Coleman, what was your profession in life? Willow Fire Wanderer? How did you die? A poisonous gas cloud caused me and my mates to choke to death. I watched my friends cough up their lungs. Did you see where the gas cloud came from? Yes. Where did it come from? And the head sort of moves on the stand to look dead at Elanna. And like, that woman threw it in a gas canister.
Can we definitely talk to her as well?
No, she has to initiate
Okay.
it.
Alright.
So,
I'll probably reach out to Guy and be like, thanks, man, that was stolen. But Yagnar, you good if they call you up?
She'll be like, I'm pretty sure I threw that. Is what I'm
Oh, yeah, shit. It's all good. Like, better not to incriminate yourself. It's all good, man.
I don't remember you throwing that. I'm pretty sure I did it.
he goes, it's like, as you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the result of Lady Elanna's devices. Death. This man watched his friends cough up their own lungs, drowning in their own juices and life force. Yet, she claims that she is doing this for the betterment of the realm. These devices seem sick and twisted to me. Lawyer, Ron, have your way with the skull. He walks up and you see the cleric cast the spell again. He has 5 questions. He's like, as your profession, what did you do? And the skull's like, killed, robbed, kidnapped. So, and have you been, how long have you been doing this profession? Oh, about 15 years. How many people have you killed in your lifetime? Oh, I've lost count. Who did you work for? Oh, Zardoz Willifire. And if Lady Elanna didn't kill you that day, what would you be doing now? He's like, probably same thing. Killing, raping, murdering. Yeah. And the light fades from the skull and falls to the ground. It's like, as you see, my liege, Elanna is ridding this world of bandits and scum and horrible people with her devices. And the king just looks at this guy and is like, yes, but And such a gruesome death, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Imagine coughing your own lungs up. A lot to ponder. And the prosecutor stands up and he's like, well, let's get to the bottom of it. Lady Elanna, please approach the stand. As
I was
you
gonna
were
say,
brought
thank
up.
God I didn't make napalm in this game yet.
Oh, I would have made notes of that as well. As you were placed down on the pew and yes. So, Lady Elanna, you consider yourself a intelligent woman, I presume?
Reasonably.
Did you ever think of the detrimental effects your weapons would have on the surrounding countryside and the people you use them on?
Yes.
Yet you chose to unleash this poison gas cloud in an area where it could waft into a nearby town that was already on its last legs.
A town in the scarred vale that was unsupported by your militaries.
Oh, no, I'm
And
talking
left to
about the
fend
town
for
of
itself?
Darton, my dear.
I forgot about Dark shit.
We
But
have
didn't we, like-
records that your gas cloud you killed poor Frankie here with flowed further and lingered longer than it should have. There are reports of respiratory disease amongst the survivors of Darton.
If you or your family are a survivor of mesothelioma, you may be ill.
You may be entitled to compensation. Well, how do you feel about that? Innocent people now paying the price for your inventions.
Where's the proof of that?
And he gestures his hand, and a small boy stands up at the back of the room and hobbles forward, like clutching a bloody rag over his mouth, his eyes sunken in his skin, a sickly green. Like, this boy is a resident of Darton. And about a day after your attack on the Willowfire Wanderers, your gas cloud rolled right over his burnt down house he was shacked up in. He just lost his mother and father the day before. You took away most of his life.
Sorry, out of character,
Yeah.
Darkton was a while ago. Was that the one that, like, the whole thing pretty much burnt down and we took
Yeah, most
everyone
of
in
it.
the news?
Yeah.
Didn't we get everyone?
It's-
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's my hometown, and they'd already torched and pillaged and smashed the entire town of Darkton before we even got there.
I'm fairly sure
Okay.
we took flies down there to move afterwards because we came back to the town.
Yeah.
We did.
Afterwards,
Yeah,
then
we
moved.
could come back
Sorry,
to
I
the
was
town.
just like, oh, it's been so long.
Come back to the town, and most of the residents of Darkton are now under your care. Anyway, sorry. Right,
Okay, no, that's all right. Sorry, I just had to need a refresher.
This poor boy is like coughing up a lung as he's standing there.
No, but, and have you not offered to heal him? How could you prove it was from me? We came back and we saved the people of Darkton. And if
The
you reach out
clerics
to
have
Blackmon,
tried. They have tried. It seems like your magic, your science, bypasses the normal divine magic.
who am I, Galileo? Oh, I'm panicking now.
Can I do a perception
My
check
own cleric.
Yeah,
on the boy?
go for it.
See if he's
We have a
really
cleric who
what
could
they
have a
say
look
he
at him directly.
I'll do one as well. I'll
And
do
also,
one.
how can you prove that was from
That's a
my
14.
weapon?
14.
When
You
it-
the boys' boy. You have advantage.
Hey,
Yeah.
sweet.
Your wolf senses.
Oh yeah,
I just feel like this guy's lying to us.
13.
13.
Hmm.
There's a lot of smells, a lot of things like.
Wait,
you
is
can smell
that an ability check or something?
Yeah,
Make it 18.
make it 18. Oh,
Okay.
you're trying to lock in, and you see she sees you
Yeah.
from where she hits you with your flash of genius, and your nose locks onto that kid.
Mm.
You get a very strong scent of sulfur
Okay.
coming from the boy
But when we got
and
to
the
that town,
prosecutor.
And the prosecutor.
Yeah.
and the prosecutor,
Mm-hmm. Sulfur.
Prosecutors
Now you've smelled this smell
done it.
one other place, or a few other places actually, during the fight with your cousin in the dreamscape, in the house of Henry, where you had to go and retrieve Gerard's spellbook.
And also, didn't we smell sulfur when we versed the Frankenstein, the version of it too?
Not
No.
there, no. But yeah, and all these have
sulfur,
one thing in common.
formaldehyde, all those sort of things.
Yeah, it's
There was a demon there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say my brain's just screaming.
Wait a minute.
Devil.
Devil, yeah, devil. Hopefully Elanna can read my mind here. It.
I'm gonna tell. I just had to double check. I thought I was right exactly. So, mustard gas smells more like burning garlic, horseradish, that sort of stuff, rather than pure sulfur smell.
Yeah, but this is a smell like burning sulfur and brimstone. Like, yeah, a devil's calling card.
Okay, well, I'll be like, can you provide me the chemical breakdown of the damage done to this boy?
I am no scientist, but I can bring in someone that can.
Go for it.
I go High Tinker Brad. And in walks like this small gnome man. He looks at you and he's like, sorry. And he's like, this here is High Tinker Brad. You have met him before, my lord. And he's like, ah, yes, Bran, you make the lovely little guns we give to the Violet Guard. He's like, yeah, yes, my lord. What brings you here? He's like, I'm sorry, but I believe I may have had a part in this. I was one of Elanna's tutors that set her off on this path. We have been dabbling with this kind of gas, but we found it to be highly dangerous and volatile and unpredictable. The boy here is suffering from burns across most of his body. His lungs are burned from the inside out and filling with liquid. And this is only a remnant of the device that would have been used. The full frontal attack would have probably torched the skin and caused the individual to cough so violently that he would have literally coughed most of his lung tissue up. And the king's just like eyes are glazing over. Yes, I've done research on this.
Nice. While he's talking about that, I'm gonna telepathically reach out to Ragnar. Sorry, Ragnar. I can't say words right now. Sorry. And just be like, this is what it should smell like. Does it smell exactly like that?
No. I repeat,
anything
I smell
else?
like burning eggs. All I smell is the sulfur and brimstone. The same thing I've smelled before when we were fighting Asmodeus, and when we were in the that fire devil 2 Weverse in Circle. It smells exactly like that.
Okay. How am I going to say that? That's good though. Thank you. That's really helpful. I'm going to say, all right, I understand your evidence. Can you prove it is only sulfur and nothing else, and it is not made by magical means?
We have you in the location. We have the boy in the location. We have corroborating evidence of a gas cloud moving through town.
The
I
town
think-
was also completely burnt by the Willowfire Wanderers. We also went through to make sure, in a humanitarian effort, the people were okay. Then double checked, and you can check with the hundreds of families that are at Black Moss Keep at this current time.
My dear, this type of injury matches your device perfectly. You've seen what your device can do. Look at the
My
child.
device doesn't have a range that could go inside a house. It's a
just
very
gas,
limited range.
A vapor.
A vapor with a very limited. I'm gonna also telepathically reach out to Tyson and be like, "Can you please just mention the brimstone smell? That it smells like brimstone."
Okay, so
It's
you want me
in
to? Do we say it
Yep,
out
just
loud?
stop it. Just do it.
So okay, so okay. I was like, I'm smelling very strong sense of brimstone and sulfur.
Who is this man?
A trusted source.
Pardon?
Trusted source.
Trusted
As the
source.
king looks over to you, so, and you are?
As if you've seen the posters, I'm part of Barry and the Hoots.
Oh, yes, the orc one, yes. And what, pray tell, do you have to add to this?
Then I'm guessing first. I'm going to use my thing. Was it Elanna just said these are the chemical smells for it all? I'm not smelling any of that.
And smell anything either. What are you on about? How can you smell so well? What, are you
The
part
orc
dog?
thing.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
It's an orc thing.
So it's an orc thing. Can you not see the part orc?
I don't care if you're beast races.
We have evidence. And also that's racist. We have evidence.
Just like grunt a little like. Mm.
So what does this have to do with these folk?
Oh, you want me to? Okay.
Yeah.
This smell is a very distinct smell from our travels. The only times we've come across this smell is when we've come across devils.
As you say devils, you hear the crowd. And
Yeah.
So what are you saying? My most trusted officer and this young boy are devils?
I'm not saying they're devils, but they could easily misinterpret my high quality, stress tested, nearly always on myself work against the work of a devil, which also includes different things, and we don't know they couldn't be in league with a devil.
That's just some high accusation there, Miss Elanna. In league with
I'm
the
being
devil.
accused. I am being accused of treason, which is one of the highest accusations. What would I have?
He looks at Lord
to
Gordon.
lose?
He's like, oh, Lord Gordon, are you conspiring with the Dark Lords, the Nine Hells? And we'll go like, of course not, my liege. You are my true king.
He's conspiring, and he's also spying on everyone, including the noble families of Elantra.
And you hear more murmurs around the courtroom. And have you got evidence of this?
I sure do.
How?
Trusted source.
Say
I think
trusted source.
think that'd be about the time that for the rest of us rock up.
And so what?
Yeah,
he's like,
as soon
in through the
as soon as
corridor.
he's in like the 60-foot telepathy range, I'm like, come in now.
And yeah, essentially myself, Gerard, whoever else is with me.
Oh, yep. So Gerard comes in. He's like, friends, we have evidence here, taken straight from this man's desk, that he is consulting with the Dark Lord Asmodeus. And what are you doing?
Me.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I will come up and I will give I will show proof and start essentially monologuing with the help of Alana's lawyer, who I will bring Alana's lawyer up to me and kind of start shuffling papers around. And I will give minor details, not of exactly our doings, but of how they've been casting scrying spells on a member of a Royal Elantran family without any, illegally, essentially. How they've been spying on it, how they've crossed lines into other territories illegally, and also that there is information on there regarding, the symbol of Asmodeus.
And he's looking through all of these notes and he's like, "Oh, Gordon, this is damning evidence on your part." And you see Gordon just, "What? Conspiring Asmodeus, talking with the courtier in the embassies. My, this is high treason." As Henry looks up with a smile on his face, you see Lord Gordon just look around like, what's happening? As he, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no.
He's totally been framed too.
Fuck. Sorry, that took a while to connect. I almost blew my table apart. As he's looking and he looks right at you, Deadeye, who you're probably standing there smug as fuck now. And Alert. Yeah, you start to see him twitch, and an arm starts to break. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
As this big bony spine comes out of his back and just goes straight for your chest.
Who's this? Is this Gordon or the king?
Yeah, Gordon.
Oh, cool.
Dex save.
Yeah.
16.
16. Right, you just narrowly dodge as this spine hits the floor, right where the king is sitting, as his body twists and explodes, and this giant, 8-9 foot tall devil just emerges from this man's body, spines and bones all over his arms, and he's just looking at you. It's like,
and you sort of like 1 second you hear is, "Ha, told you."
and with that, I'm going to end there.
Oh.
As there is now a fine devil in the middle of a courtroom.
Fuck.
The little boy also explodes into like a little flappy one.
Oh, he was the devil.
So
That makes
we
me
now
feel better
got
because
a courtroom full of high noble people
And you
Who-
guys with
who-
no weapons.
and casualties.
Yep.
All their
And a
weapons.
king.
When all the weapons bought in.
There is
and
a table with Elanna's weapons on it.
So we have the mustard gas again.
Yeah, you have. Oh, yeah, awesome. Let's have some fun with that when we get back after Christmas break, because I can make a little courtroom and a bit spine devil and all this cool stuff, because you guys went above and beyond and found fucking documents. So
I wanted that goddamn drawer.
thoroughly railroaded a big guys, and you were kind of stuck in prison for most of that.
don't worry, I hope
Does the king have a gavel? Does he have a gavel?
he's got the sword of sovereigns.
No, I don't even need a gavel because I'm going to grab the gavel and start bashing the devil's head in with the gavel.
You can just chant.
I can feel the wrath of justice.
Justice! Well, on that note, I think that's a good time to wrap up there. It's getting late for us. And yeah, so your trial is now turned into a battlefield.
I try by combat now.
Oh, Gerard's there. Great. Thanks. Now he's there.
Yeah. So is Starlight.
Yeah.
And so is every.
Oh, I'm going to have to make notes. This is going to be a nice, cool, big battle. We'll see what happens when we come back. So we'll be back in the new year. Woo! We're going to have a break. I need time to spend with my kid over Christmas. And these guys need time to move. These guys need time to chill. But after that, we'll be back with Dan. We'll be back with Miranda. We'll be back with Jami. We'll have everyone here for a fight in the courtroom that I've got to now print and build.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out where to next on this wonderful adventure that keeps taking twists and turns because people
Yes,
can't, Just make it easy for me. At least Elanna found out her worst enemy is herself.
I knew. God, but the best thing is, Kyle, that with that last level up, I did get Fireball.
I don't care how big the room is.
There are your families, there are a lot
And
of
an exploding cannon.
I cast Fireball. I don't care how big the room is.
If we win this and we come out of it, I'm making white phosphorus. No lessons have been learned.
Yeah,
Just
so
see
I
what
know
your fireball is.
You can't break two
That'd
Geneva
be napalm.
conventions.
the Elanna convention
Double
will be made.
Jeopardy. You can't get me for the same
Yeah,
prize.
is this like my Nuremberg trial?
Well, until you know
Because
you guys.
I'm kind of flattered.
Yeah, well, I tried to think of the coolest thing for you. You didn't have this tragic backstory. You were like, my parents are great. I learned how to make bombs. How do I fuck with that? I know. Let's put you on trial for like.
You always need it.
I brought in a fucking skull of somebody you turned to goat.
We always need everyone's got the cool, intense backstories, and I was gonna like.
I
Just be
brought
that
in a
dude
goblin
hanging
and a
out.
hobgoblin you sent to space. Like,
Space monkeys.
they made space monkeys to survive. I brought in your guy that you didn't even know existed until I told you he existed.
I just got to
factor all of these people in for a fucking spine devil in a fucking god
It
room.
was actually a real guy.
Can you please?
Dude.
No, he was a real guy.
Alana's tutor.
No, he's a real guy.
Okay.
He's like, and in a corner now. You have people now
Kyle?
scrambling over benches. You have your parents in the fucking courtroom.
Oh shit.
They're
Oh,
like
also-
little
Yeah, but
babies.
they're wizards. They're wizards. They're really talented wizards.
Yeah.
Kyle, can I make Griffin wrong as a hero forge character?
Oh, fuck it. You made your own lawyer. I had said I was going to make one of you lawyers, so I didn't just sit here and talk for 30 minutes about it. And now you want to make
I'll,
Griffin wrong.
Can this objection just
I'll
be
make my whole family.
Counterspell.
Gasping. Alright, we're out of here.
Yeah.
We're going to bed. I'm
you.
going to go edit up a new episode, and we'll see you in 2023 for a new year of 24 to hit, which will hopefully be bigger and better, and more people will start watching because I want people to watch this. Alright,
Like and subscribe.
like, subscribe. Yeah,
Bye.
all that shit. Alright, bye-bye.
Yes.